Hey, what is up, coaches, consultants, creatives, and community builders? Today, I want to talk about content fatigue. So, you may have heard the word fatigue in some other things within marketing and advertising, such as advertising fatigue. Facebook actually warns you about it. If you're running an ad and you're using the same image or the same video too much across certain ad sets, Facebook gives you a warning that says, hey, this medium is going to go through fatigue. People are going to get fatigued at seeing it. And eventually you're going to get sort of a negative response or negative feedback towards the ad, which is one of the reasons why many good marketers are always switching it up, because you don't want to have your audience get fatigued. So when it comes to content fatigue, that is where your message or your narrative, well, actually, no, not your narrative, your messaging and your content is getting people fatigued. That is the reason why it's important that you kind of switch it up. I normally advise a lot of people who are building brands to have pillars to their brand. So there's like 3 or 4 different pillars to the type of content that they're looking to put out there, so that is still reaching the same audience, but moving them using different elements of your brand. That helps with diversifying what your content is. And it also minimizes people getting fatigued at watching some of your content or reading some of your content or experiencing some of your content. The other thing that it does is it enables you to test so that you could pay some type of attribution to one pillar or the other. If you have different offerings, there are a number of things that's going to move people to actually consume it. So you don't want to assume that just because you say things one way, that's the only way that you have to be saying it in order to get people to buy your stuff. You can move people or have people gravitate towards your content and offerings many different ways. Another thing to minimize content fatigue is to consume and educate yourself so that the way that you're delivering things starts to mature and it starts to be in alignment with how people want to consume it. I see a lot of people like they don't read, they don't watch educational videos, they don't take any courses, they don't get coached, they don't join different masterminds or groups. And that stifles your ability to produce things that may cause or that may minimize fatigue. You have to put yourself in sort of like a fertile environment so that you're consistently fed things that can enable you to diversify what type of content you produce. All right. So there's so many different ways to ensure that people aren't tired of hearing from you. But at the same time, too, you got to get feedback. So it's a really big thing that you can do is to ask your audience for feedback. Hey, you're following me because you are looking to achieve this, or you're looking to get that, or you're looking to succeed in this route. What do you want to hear? What are some of the things that you feel you need? What questions do you have? And when people ask you questions, you can take those questions and your answers can be content. Do your best to not cause fatigue by saying the same thing over and over and over and over again. I would say some of the industries where I see a lot of people hitting fatigue when it comes to their audience is our real estate. Real estate agents tend to do this. Hey, why are you still renting? You need to own. And it's like, I'm sick of hearing that, right? So, or people in insurance. A lot of times, you don't have life insurance yet. You need to get life, and you know, you don't want people to get tired of hearing from you. Okay, you want to diversify your content a little bit. Ask them for feedback. Ask them for feedback. All right, your answers can serve as content. Your answers can serve as content. All right. So if you need any help with this, again, if you're a coach, consultant, creative, or community builder, coach, consultant, creative, or community builder, let me know if you would like to have some access to some resources to help you with increasing your reach and your revenue. I love working with those 4 types of entrepreneurs for a few reasons. For one, it's imperative of them and it's required of them to nurture a relationship in order to provide, or in order to service some of these different audiences. And the second thing is many of these four professionals and entrepreneurs, their businesses are highly scalable. So if you're a coach or consultant, you can produce products and services. If you're a creative, you can produce products and services. If you're a community builder, you could produce products and services. You can have a highly scalable business if you do things right. So I love working with those four types of entrepreneurs. If you would like some help, hit me up. Would love to spark a conversation with you. If you want to schedule some time to speak, go to reachingrevenue.com. You could schedule 15 minutes for us to chop it up a little bit so that I can learn a little bit more about you. And you could also learn a little bit more about some of the offerings that I have to help you with increasing your reach and your revenue. All right, peace.